Today I'm going to show you how to make this note card holder. It holds 3 monogrammed note cards. I thought this would be a fun project to start the year out with, as it's great for all occasions. It's good for a just because gift or birthday or Mother's Day. The nice thing about this is that it fits in a standard A2 envelope. Just remember that if you do mail it, because of the brads, they'll probably charge you a little extra postage, so just be aware of that if you're going to put it in the mail. The other nice thing about this gift card holder is that these brads are inserted on here to hold the baker's twine. So it opens like this, which is really cute. And then when you open it, it has the monogrammed note cards inside, with an A for one of my friends' first name. So we'll go ahead and get started. So here's the paper that I'm using, and this is from Die Cuts with a View. And I purchased this at Joann's, and it's just by the single sheet. So I just chose 2 that went together. I picked a bold print, and then just, pick some stripes or plaids, something to go with it. To coordinate with that, I grabbed this stack, which has a nice lavender, that it's a value pack. So you just have to kind of look at what's on the paper aisle and choose something. And then to match the green also in my prints, I grabbed this Die Cuts with a View stack that has an adhesive on the back, which kind of saves you a step when you're doing your projects. So the first thing I did was cut these 2 pieces with my Cricut. The cartridge that I used is the Wildcard cartridge. And if you look in your manual, on page 38, go to image 7. So if you're looking at your overlay, you'll just count to number 7. And first I cut out, well, actually the card base, but we'll talk about that in part 2 of the video. So if you want to do the envelope, you're going to push blackout and shift lock. That way you don't get these little leaves in the paper that you print. And I did that in the lavender, which is this piece right here. And then I also printed off the liner, which is right here. So again, you're going to want to push shift lock because it's up here in the corner. So when you start with your envelope, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but the Cricut cuts 4 little marks to let you know where to score. And so I've gone ahead and scored this already using a scoring blade and my paper trimmer. I'll go ahead and put those edges down. Nice and crisp, using a bone folder or a Cricut tool. Do the same thing. Once you've done that, we want to put our liner on. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that over. Use my ATG gun to adhere that. And one down the center. When you attach this, try and do it just a little bit above the scoring line, so that it will fold correctly. And then once again, you want to rescore the top edge so that you get a score line in your liner. Once you've done that, it's ready to adhere closed. You'll notice there's a short side and a little bit of a longer side, and this is the side you want to put your adhesive on. And I'll go ahead and do that. And seal the bottom. And once you've done that, we'll go ahead and do the brads. I've already put them together, but the way that I did this was by using a flower punch, which I just centered around a dot and punched. After doing that, I just used a hole punch to punch a hole and attach a brad. So to attach these, I'm just going to use some of this quick dry Scotch adhesive. And we're going to want to attach the bottom one first. Make sure that you close your flap when you do this, so that you get it lined up correctly. A little bit below the flap. little bit of pressure. Make sure our glue is adhering. Once you put the bottom one on, then go ahead and do the top. Making sure that your brads don't stick out. And then just line this up on the top, leaving a small space. Oops, my brad wants to stick out. There we go. A little bit of pressure. And once that's attached, you can go ahead and do the front side of your holder. Set that aside for just a second. Next you want to cut two pieces. Your base, which is in green, and then the first layer. So the base is cut at 3 5/8 by 4 15/16. And then the first layer is cut at 3 4/8 by 4 13/16. And I rounded the edges using a corner punch, and I'll go ahead and punch one of them. I've rounded the rest for you for time's sake. And we'll go ahead and adhere these together using my ATG gun. And once you've done that, let's go ahead and do our sentiment down here at the bottom. And I use 2 punches to do that, but whatever will fit the image that you're going to do will work just fine. So first I've stamped my image, and I went ahead and used an All Night Media ink. This is called Italian Sage. I went ahead and stamped it right on the paper. And then I'll just take my scallop punch and punch my sentiment out. So I'm just going to center it here. And then I just used a square punch to get my square. And we'll go ahead and attach those. On the back you can see a practice when I was trying to find the right green. We'll go ahead and center those. And then next, we will add our baker's twine. Now remember I told you that the green was an adhesive, so I'll go ahead and take the backing off of that and use that adhesive to attach our baker's twine. So I'm going to start right about there, twist it around twice, and you might have to adjust it a little to get it exactly where you want it. And I think that looks pretty good. I'll go ahead and cut off the excess. Sorry about all the noise. And then I'm going to put that down here in the bottom corner. And next we want to do the ribbon. But before I attach the ribbon, these are the pieces I'm going to use. I'm actually going to get my flower ready to go. And I use 2 paper flowers, a white, a purple, and then a green brad to go in the middle. Okay, so that's all ready to go. Make sure our card base is ready, and we're going to go ahead and peel the backing off of this. This gets a little tricky because now that once the back is peeled off, you have to be careful where you stick things. So I'm going to go ahead and line up my ribbon right about there, I think. It's kind of nice having the back all sticky. And we'll line up our side piece. And then we want to adhere it to our holder before we add our flower on. So I'm just going to center it. Nice firm pressure. And then we'll attach our flower on, and I'm just going to use a pop dot to do that. Pressing firmly. And then to attach the twine on the back, take a 1-foot piece of baker's twine, find the center in the middle there. This kind of just gives me a guide so I know where to start, and I can loop it off underneath the purple, over the green, back around the purple, and then we'll trim it just a little short of the end, and we'll tie a knot on each end so that our baker's twine doesn't come undone, and it looks cute. Okay, so this is how we make our holder for our monogrammed note cards. And if you'll tune in to part 2 of my video, I'll show you how to make the note cards. So I hope you've enjoyed this and would love to get some of your comments. Thank you.